Hey everybody, it's Susie Q96. I was looking for somebody's channel to go on and watch while I was rolling up all these nickels and quarters, and no one anybody on that I'm subscribed to, so I figured I'll just log back on and we will chit chat and stick some coins under the scope, make sure I didn't miss anything, particularly on the quarters, and just while away a little while. So here we go. We're gonna just sit here and roll up some stuff. Then anybody comes in, that's dandy. Some of these quarters need a second look. I'm gonna get my book out here. I have a book that is, oops, the 2020 U.S. Error Coin Guide. So I'm just going to stick some of these under there, and we're going to learn if there's any errors associated with that particular coin. I wish they had all the errors of the same coin in the same section of the book, but they don't. Right now I am in the Washington Quarters Errors section, and I'm going to look up 1967 and see what the possible errors are. Well, apparently on the regular 67, not the no mint mark. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, I know my hands are gross. Let me put some grubby gloves back on. Put some grubby gloves back on here, and there are possibly a 67 plain with a DDO or with a double die reverse. So let's just look and see. I don't see anything on this one indicating a DDO. It's pretty worn down anyway. Let's turn it over, see if there's anything there. It looks like the reverse had any double die, and I don't see anything there. So that one can get rolled up and returned to the bank. I'm trying to educate myself while I look at them. Let's see if there's anything odd about 1980 Phillies. According to the book, it's not listed under that, so I guess that one can go back to the bank. I accidentally threw one in the bucket that somebody said had a die crack in it, so now I'm trying to find it again. Here we've got an Oklahoma State quarter. Let's see if there's supposed to be anything about those. Unfortunately, this book is hard to navigate. Sometimes it is just easier for me to open a window and search and see if any things come up. Okay. Let's see if anything comes up if I open another window. Okay. We'll go take a look. Currently no known errors. Okay. That's good to know. We'll be sending that back to the bank. Let's see what's supposed to be going on with the 65. Where's Mikey when I need him? Hi, Armando. I'm just, I'm rolling up a bunch of coins to take them back to the bank. And I'm just double checking some of them for errors and stuff. I went to see if somebody was online that I could watch while I was rolling coins, and I didn't find anybody. So I said, well, okay, I'm going to do this and see if people with more knowledge of quarters than I possess, show up. So anyway, I'm just double checking these before I roll them back up. I've got probably $300 with coins here that I need to get out of my living room. So that's what we're doing. It's just apparently a DDO does exist for a 65, but I certainly don't think this is one of them. But I just got to sit here and roll it all up, so I might as well look it up. Unfortunately, my bank requires that I roll the coins, and I don't mind, because that's the trade-off that I made with the branch manager in order to now be able to get boxes from there. So if she wants them rolled back up, I don't really have a problem doing that. I really don't, except that I might run out of rolls and I can get more from her. I don't see anything on that one. And the other night, there was a quarter, I think it was one of the national parks, that I actually accidentally threw in the back to the bank bin. And a couple people said when I had it under the scope that they thought they saw a die crack. So now I don't know where that quarter is. Oh, thank you, Pennies to Benji's. I have not won anything since like late June or early July of last year. And so far this year, I have had Muscle Shell come into my channel and give me money for a new metal detector, gas money, food money, money to go see my brother. I mean, just an incredible shower of gift. And then today, I had what was left of my stimulus check. So I'm a big supporter of Ravenhawk. I'm one of Raven's mods. He made me a mod recently, but I've been on that channel for a long time. And so since I had that money in my account, I decided I was going to go over there and buy some rolls and show a little love to the Raven. And I ended up winning. After I had already purchased rolls, I ended up winning rolls. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to see who's in the stream. And there's a couple people that I feel like in my heart I probably should return a favor to. So if any of those people are in his stream, when those 2 roles come up, I'm probably going to arrange to pass them on to somebody because I already donated for roles. If I didn't have any roles, sure, I would, I'd be opening those up. But since I already have roles, hi Anna. Since I already have roles of my own, I may make an arrangement. There's a couple people in particular that I'm looking for, that if they are in his stream when those roles come up, I will most likely be passing them on to them. But right now, I'm just trying to clear this change out. I've arranged for someone to come and take me tomorrow to pick up my new battery. So I've got the rest of the day here to get all this rolled up, and so I can return it to the bank. I'm going to try to get a box of nickels. Not nickels, a box of pennies. I've got to call my lady at the bank, and they didn't have any the other day. So I'm going to see what I can get. In the interim, I'm just looking at these because I always have to go through them more than once. When I go through on the Lodo coin collection show, what I am doing there is just looking for ones that fit in the books. I'm looking for S mints, I'm looking for silver, I'm looking for W's, but I'm not really looking at the quarters for errors and that kind of stuff. I go back through them again after the show and look for those kind of things. And usually I do it offline because I'm really slow. My eyes are not good, and so I'm very slow at what I'm hunting for. But today I was going to just go watch somebody else while I was rolling up coins, and I looked and there wasn't anybody on streaming that I am subscribed to. And so I just said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and go back online, and maybe I'll learn something, because there are people that wander around who know a lot more about coins than I do. Aw, Penny Stabenji says, you won my heart. Well, thank you, honey. I'm just an old lady on Social Security trying to keep active. I live in senior housing. I lived in senior housing in Georgia, and I live in senior housing here in Virginia. And it is so sad to see these people. They wander around the halls like zombies because they have nothing. They have no interests, no hobbies. Some of them never even go outside and breathe fresh air. And I'm not going to do that with my life. They're not living. They're sitting there waiting to die. And I'm not going to do that. Maybe it's because back around 2000, I started developing a lot of autoimmune disorder diseases. And for a couple of years, I couldn't walk. My garden went to heck. And I mean, it was a big deal for me to get up and walk from my living room to my bathroom. My stepson and my husband had to do everything for me. So when a doctor finally figured out what was wrong with me, and I was able to start doing things again, I decided I'm not going to be the person sitting in my living room waiting to die. And so when I started this channel, it was to try to get seniors and disabled people involved in something. It started out with the metal detecting because where I lived, we actually had a walking path, and I had, I was trying to get them into that. I didn't have much luck with that. So then I pulled out my coin collection, and I did get a couple of them who participate now in coin collecting with their grandkids. So I feel like I accomplished something. But, with the COVID thing, there's so many people that are just jammed up in their houses. Not just the seniors, but a lot of people are just jammed up in their houses. And I don't want to be one of those that's just sitting there staring at the TV set, or out here walking around the hallway just with that blank stare. That's not going to be me. So people might think it's a little silly that I'm sitting here looking at quarters, but hey, at least I go out and I do something. I interact with the world. I'm not in a box waiting to die. They can put me in the box after I die, but not right now. According to coinappraiser.com, there are no known errors on the Missouri state coin. So that one can go. I'm at this. What this is for me today, Armando, is just an educational thing for myself. Pennies to Benji. We can't right now. We are locked down due to COVID. But last month, before they locked us down, and we're locked down for good reason, because we had one lady that wouldn't wear a mask, and she infected half the building with COVID, and she ended up dying. So it's not a viable option to do that right now. Would I do that after the COVID thing has cleared up? Absolutely. I have 2 beginner metal detectors. They're not anything that a serious detector would want to use, but they would be enough to get people out there. I have a bunch of empty coin books that were donated to my channel that we've been filling them up and giving them away, but I certainly could take them in there and show them what I'm doing. And if they're interested, give them an empty book and let them start a collection of some kind. I also collect stamps, which some of you may or may not know. But the problem is with these people, so many of them have given up. They have no motivation to do anything. When I first moved here, I offered to teach a jewelry making class, making really simple things that, I mean, a 3-year-old could make, but I could not get any interest there. They just are not motivated. I probably will try again after the COVID-19 situation is gone. But right now, we have had in this building since I moved in, that I know of, 5 people have died, and we had at least 6 other people who were positive for COVID, who some were in the hospital, some weathered it out in their apartments, but most of the people here are high risk. So you usually, if you're here, you're going to end up in the hospital if you've got it. Well, I am very high risk. So right now I'm not being sociable. I did go for coffee with my sister yesterday to a little coffee place that she likes, but we went after the rush hour was over, so there wasn't anybody there except the people that work there. and it's connected to a little antiques and collectible shop. So we did go there and get some coffee real quick, and then I went and got a few groceries with her, and then she was going to go to like Walmart and all these other places. I'm like, no, sorry. I think I'll just go home and play with my quarters now. So anyway, this is one of the newest national park quarters. This is the Marsh Billings Rockefeller Land Stewardship quarter. That is located in Vermont, and they do things like preserve planting trees and all of that stuff. Yeah, I need to dust, actually. Somebody could come over here and dust, I'd let them. This one happens to be a Philly mint, but about a week and a half, or I guess maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I guess it was the week before this one. We found the W version from the car wash. So there's my W that I got from the car wash. So I've pulled 3 W's in less than 2 months out of the car wash. So I'm pretty happy with that. I was watching Big Flip the other day, searching and searching and searching through zillions of quarters, and the end result was he didn't find any W's. And then I thought, wow, I have pulled 3 of them out of the car wash. That's pretty wild. I'm labeling this one that I've got in the slip, in case you wonder why I end up with a lot of things lying around on my desk that I don't know what are, and then I have to do a whole separate thing of looking at that to see why do I have it lying on my desk. So since this one hasn't been out very long, I'm going to check and see if anybody has reported any errors or anomalies with it, because I do not know. But I feel like if I'm going to be doing a quarter show, I should at least have a little bit of knowledge of the possible errors on the coins. So this is kind of school for me. I'm schooling myself here. I'm being schooled. So, anyway, that I'm just doing it. I need watch time if I'm ever going to get monetized. So I figure if I'm going to be sitting here working on something that's related to the channel, I might as well put it on the channel. Okay. No known errors. All righty. That's good to know. That's good to know. Now, I finally got that one command working that kept bouncing back from the Nightbot, because I had one that had mail and they had one that was titled mailing. And so I decided for the mailing to put the email and the P.O. box in and see if that would get rid of the error report. And lo and behold, it worked. Let me look. Miss Southern Belle added tremendously to my watch hours, for which I am eternally grateful. I have not looked. The last time I looked, I think I had like 2,100 something, almost 2,200. So I have not looked, but I'm going to go look right now. Customize channel. Oh, come on. I got too many windows open now, and my computer's like being just a tad slow. Okay, monetization. I have 2,431 of the 4,000. I have 734 subscribers. I lost a bunch due to an incident where there's one channel now. Well, there's actually one person and his friends from two different channels that are now waging war on me. They are coming into my streams under fake names because they're too chicken to come in as themselves. And then they are going through all my videos and removing any chance of it having a positive outcome. They're going in and hitting, like, using those fake accounts to do thumbs down on the videos. My video the other night where I was searching nickels, they masked up like 40, I think it was 40 dislikes. So I have lost a number of subscribers because I speak my mind, and oh well, you know, I don't do this to be monetized. Would I like to be monetized? Of course I would, because it would help me pay the postage on all the things I give away, and it would allow me to run down to the local coin shop on occasion and pick up some things for my collection or to give away in the stream. But so that's where I'm at. I have 734 subscribers. I was up to 770, so you know, yeah, they did some damage. But that's okay. No, I was up to 740. I take that back. I was up to 740. So they didn't really do that much damage. Where they did the damage was hitting all of the thumbs down, but what they don't understand is that still counts as interaction with the channel. So anyway, I'm not going to worry about it too much. My goal was to hit everything by my birthday on March 3rd. Will it happen? I don't know. Don't know if it'll happen or not. Okay, let's look and see if there's any errors on a 1986. I have found that it is so much easier for me to look this stuff up online than it is for me to look with my book. The book I like because I can go back and look at the pictures and all of that, but 1986 quarters you should look for, but that's a video and I don't want to run a video right now. Okay, here we go. All right, there obviously is something. That's the video again. I don't want to watch a video. I don't want to watch a video. I don't want to watch a video. Quit trying to launch videos in my video. All right, where to put my book? Oh, poo-poo. It'll look it up again. First, I got to look and see if this has a mint mark on it. Okay, this is an 86p. 86p. I just barely have a cell phone. My last one got iced tea dumped in it, and cell phones don't like sweet tea very much. So the one that I replaced it with does not have a lot of memory. It does not really allow me to put a bunch of apps on it. I have uh, Facebook and YouTube and my bank, and it's already sluggish from that. I don't even have very many pictures on there because it won't, it tells me there's not enough memory left to save them. So right now, my other phone, I had some apps that I was like making money with, like ones that I got money back on grocery receipts and things like that. But right now I can't do those because the phone that I have just won't support all the apps being put on it. I have two phones and neither one of them will, and one of them has a big crack on the screen, so that one's probably going to become garbage pretty quick. So anyway, I'm looking these quarters up for a little while, and then I'm going to move on from that and go back to rolling the nickels. Okay, it's the 86D that has a possibility of having a higher value. The 86Ps, no. So that can go. It takes so long. I'm sorry, Scratch and Go, you old thing, you. I hope you are. Oh, you're not old. You were 7 in 1986. My God, you are a baby. A baby. I was, let me see, 86. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I was like in my 30s. Lord have mercy. I'm old enough to be your mama. But I'm not your mama, so no, you are not hidden. I'm not typing. It's hard for me to look at coins and type at the same time. Would somebody please talk to Scratch and Go Crazy before I have to knock him out? Scratch is having a bad day, folks. He needs a friend. The good news is that he won the grand prize last night in my channel, but unfortunately, he had a bad day. His girlfriend broke up with him, and that really sucks. So, y'all gotta take care of our little Scratch and Go Crazy, because he's he's having a problem, and he really needs some hugs and stuff. Hi, John Jacobs. Get a dog. I have to tell you a story. I have a wonderful friend down in Tampa, Florida. She is a semi-retired musician, and the reason she's semi-retired is she has lost her hearing. But she's a wonderful singer-songwriter. Her name is Karen Zach, and I was for a brief time one of her backup singers. We were Karen Zach and the Attack, and Karen wrote some really wonderful songs back in the 70s about women's rights and how women had been raised to be subservient. And one of them was this great song that she wrote called Get Rid of Your Man and Get a Dog. And it was how the dog would be more faithful and loving. And when you said get a dog, it just reminded me so much of that song. And I wish I had a recording of that song. That song was great. But yeah, she wrote a song, Get Rid of Your Man and Get a Dog. Yeah, one of the lines in it had something to do with when it's time for dinner and you yell out the back door for the dog will come home, but the man might not. And then she had another one, I'll do anything for you but your laundry. Another great song title. I miss hanging out with my friend Karen. I see her occasionally when I get a chance to go to Florida. But yeah, when you said get a dog, that song popped into my head. I have a kitty. I have an emotional support cat. And he is prescribed by my doctor. My doctor told me I needed to get a pet. So M3 was actually prescribed by a medical doctor. He is listed in my medical records as a support animal. And I have to remind that goofy cat sometimes he's not supposed to be stressing me out. He's supposed to be helping me deal with stress. He's a goofball. Oh, well, I'm tired of looking at these quarters. Really, I don't think I'm ever going to find whichever one it was that I had under the scope that someone told me had a die crack in it that I did not see. So I'm just going to go back to looking at them very briefly. I'm not going to look each individual one up. I will do that at a later time and make a video and like maybe do 5 state coins in each video where we talk about the errors, and then do the same kind of thing with the national parks. A service dog for your daughter. Yeah, my niece's daughter is she's 17 and her eyesight is rapidly deteriorating. She has some sort of macular degeneration thing with her eyes, and she has to go to the eye doctor every 3 months and get her prescription changed. That's how bad her eyes are. And in the true optimism of a teenager, her comment on that was, oh boy, I'm going to get a service dog. Yeah, I mean, she's such an optimist. Most teenagers would be sitting around going, oh my God, I'm going blind. Yeah. And she's like, oh, cool. I get a dog. You know, I mean, and it's not that their family doesn't have dogs, you know, so, but I mean, that is just such an optimistic approach. Like, you know, most teenagers would be devastated at the idea that they were losing their eyesight. And she's like, oh, cool. I get a service dog. I don't know if I could be that optimistic, you know, I really don't. She is an amazing, amazing child. And I hate that that's happening to her because she is a brilliant photographer. So she's having to squeeze a whole lot of stuff into her life before she can't do it anymore. She has shown a little interest in metal detecting. She and I metal detected part of their yard, and she was still asking me some questions at Christmas about detecting. So I think when the weather gets a little bit better and the COVID quarantine is off the plate, I may ask her mom if she can go with me on one of the weekend detecting excursions. I think that would be fun. I wish I could remember what quarter it was. It would make this so much easier. But I had a couple people that watched the video say, hey, you know, what that one you had under the thing, under the scope. And I would have to go back and watch that whole video to figure it out because neither one of them told me which one it was. But anyway, I'm just looking at them real quick to see if I see any odds and ends. But once I get to the end of this box, then I'm just going to roll everything up. But I have been known to miss things. You know, I get going too fast and I don't see stuff. Especially towards the end of my live stream, I start getting tired and I'm just like rushing through. So that's not one that I remember having anything unusual about it. Anyway, there just wasn't There wasn't anybody on. So I figured, well, since I'm not streaming over anybody and I'm just looking at these coins before I roll them up, I'll do it online. And if anybody wants to come in and hang out and talk, that's great. And as it turns out, there's 4 or 5 of you that are hanging out with me. That's great. I appreciate that. I'm trying to keep my eye on the chat as much as I can. I had a surprisingly positive result on my cemetery walk video, considering that I stuck it in my coin collection and metal detecting channel. But yeah, I ended up having quite a few people. Jesse's like, no cemeteries. Well, see what I did though, Jess, is I put the warning in the middle when it was going to the cemetery, because I know people are that way. I wish people would do that for me when they decide to bring their pet snakes into their videos, because I don't like snakes at all. When I was a kid, a coral snake, which is a highly poisonous snake, actually was crawling. My sister and I were having to sleep in the living room because we had company and we had a little house. So we were kind of, sleeping in there on a makeshift bed. And we ended up with a snake, a coral snake. Bye, Scratch. We love you. Anyway, we had this coral snake, which is terribly poisonous. It almost got into the bed with us. And my sister saw it and she screamed, and so my dad came running and killed it. But ever since then, I've been like, no, about snakes. And I know people that have like all these huge snakes and they bring them into their videos, and I'm like, no, just tell me if you're going to have the snake in the video, and I just won't watch that one. I can't deal with the snakes. So I get that the cemetery thing is not for everybody. That's why I said I may do some more of those, because I have a lot of cemetery photographs of like beautiful markers and stuff. And I think I'm going to just make a separate channel for the genealogy and history stuff, because apparently people do like it besides me. So that's probably what I'm going to do. But that one, I wanted to use that footage because it related to where I was hunting. It had to do with where that church was, and nobody in that county kept horrible records. Oh, Robert Duty, heavy duty prospecting is in the house. Jimmy Lacari has wandered in. Boy, we're just hanging out here today, aren't we, folks? John Jacob says he's hunting pennies and listening to Genesis. I'm just kind of looking over some of these things before I roll them up. And I was listening to Tom Petty, but it has shut off. So right now I don't have any music on, which is kind of unusual for me. But yeah, I just wanted to run back through these real quick. Now, the Roosevelt one, I know there's something with some die chips, and I just can't remember where they are. Yeah, it's on the 2016 P. There are some die chip errors reportedly on the nose of the horse where they do the nostril, but I don't see one on this one. But I've seen some pictures where there's a big blob. one of my cousins, who is an artist, her name is Mariana Titus. She has done 2 or 3 books on sculptures from graveyards. She lived in Louisiana, and she has shown some beautifully hand-carved sculptures. There is definitely an interest in it, but I don't want to fill my detecting channel or my coin channel with it. However, because that was related to trying to locate the site of the church that the cemetery was connected to, I chose to leave those 2 pieces together. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of history recorded of that church, other than it was built around 1870. There may or may not, that may or may not be accurate, because there are a couple of grave sites in there where the death dates are 1865, and so somewhere between 1865 and 1870 there was a church on or near that site which was connected with that cemetery. Now, I went to the Historical Society, I went to the county to look at plat maps, all of that sort of thing. And all they can tell me is that it was out there. Brooks County, Georgia, one of the absolute worst for record keeping. Just one of the things they did was they didn't have enough room at the courthouse to keep all their records. So they put them over in an old National Guard armory. Well, apparently the roof leaked in the National Guard armory and ruined all the records. I mean, and that's not just the land records. It was marriage records, all kinds of stuff that just was ruined because they just basically didn't think it was important to keep those records. And unfortunately, with the land records, it has caused some problems over the years down there about where land line, where the property lines of certain places are. I had a guy call me to come out and metal detect once, because back in the 40s, his dad had their property surveyed and had sunk metal posts into the ground on the corners of the property. So I had to go out there and help him find the metal posts, which he probably should have used something a little better, because he used iron or steel. Anyway, they rusted out, but I was able to help him ascertain where the corners of his lot were. But the county doesn't even have the records anymore. So I went to the Historical Society. I looked up every book about that county. I found a couple of mentions of the church, so I know it existed. All right, Armando, thanks for popping in. We'll see you soon. Hit the like button on your way out, so I know you love me. Some people hates me, but some people don't. Anyway, so I tried to figure out exactly where the building was. From the maps, you can't really tell. And part of that reason is the road was moved. So the road that shows on the pre-1900 maps is not in the same place in 2020. So I talked to all kinds of historians, all kinds of people. I had other people come out there with me to help try to locate it. And the best we can gather or ascertain about what happened is after. Now, I was told, but we can't confirm, that the church was a wood frame church, and that goes along with me finding the square nails. I was told the church burned in around 1894. The old lady that told me said that that was the church her mama had gone to, and her mom had told her that it had burned down. But I couldn't find anything I went and looked in the local newspapers. I mean, I really researched that church because I wanted to connect it with the cemetery. And present that to the Historical Society. But the best we can figure, and I heard this from the guy who owns the farm next to this property, is he believes that around 1960 that they brought a bunch of fill dirt in there and raised that property up about 2 feet because the cemetery was flooding. So if that is the case, that would be why I was not picking up very much stuff with the metal detector, because if they put 2 feet of fill dirt on top of it, even a really good metal detector is only going to go down maybe a foot, unless you bring in like a professional grade, that kind of thing. But that would explain why I wasn't finding very much. But the fact that I found the square nails on that property indicates that there most likely was an old building there. It's just, if they in fact put that fill dirt in, any relics that were left behind are going to be virtually impossible to get to. I found this. I'm kind of done looking at quarters. I'm going to go here pretty quick, but I got some things laying around on my desk. I found this. I was unpacking a box the other day. Didn't have anything to do with what was in it. Didn't have anything to do with coins. But I found a 42 Merc in a box. It's kind of dirty. It has seen its better days, but I need to check and see if I need that in my dime book. So while I got it, and it's laying here on my desk for that reason. So while I'm doing this, Mercury dimes. There's the book, 1916 to 1945. So let's take a look at, even if it's grubby. Whoa, wait a minute. I know you're not supposed to clean coins, but I just saw something. And I think this is an S. I think I saw an S. It is an S. It's a 42S. It's dirty as heck, and I almost missed it. But look right there, folks. There's the S. Yeah, I know the mint marks are on the back, Mikey, but this one's so dirty that I almost did not see it. I pulled it out from under the scope, and as I was pulling it out, I realized there's the S. I did have to wipe it a little bit. I didn't see it at first, and then I saw it, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, that's an S. Let me put that back under there. See, that's why I need people to do this stuff when I'm in a stream, because sometimes, because my eyes aren't that great, I do have new glasses coming though, but because my eyes aren't that great, having somebody in here like Mikey that really knows his coins, it's like a second pair of eyes for me. And I'm sure if I had not said, oh my gosh, it's an S, Mikey would have jumped right in and said, put that back under the scope. That's an S. So, And I do need it in my book. It's not the best one, but I don't have one. So it's better. I don't have a big collection of Mercs. Truthfully, I don't. This whole book, which starts in 1916 and runs through 1945, the only Mercuries I have are a 40S, a 41, a 41S, a 42, a 42S that we just put in, a 43, a 43D, a 43S, a 44, a 44D, and a 45. That's all the Mercs that I have in my entire book. So I'm really glad I found that. I'm not sure how it got in. It was in a book with some photographs. I don't know how it got there, but I'm happy to have it. It's in my book now, so it's off my desk. It is homed. It now has a home. That's good. I want to show you guys something funny. Everybody talks about the funny things they find at the Coinstar machine. I have found silver coins. Maybe that's where that came from. I might have found that in a Coinstar. I have found funny things in the Coinstar machine. But this is my favorite to date of what I pulled from the Coinstar, the reject slot. And I can totally understand how this got mixed in with somebody's coins, but it's terribly funny to me. This, this is Play Money, folks. It's a 1990D, really nice copy, and it says copy in big letters on it, but it's made out of plastic. It's a 1990 Play Money penny. It is the size and shape and pretty much the color of a real nickel. And then the other side, I mean, it's a really good replica of a real penny, but it is clearly stamped copy and it's made out of plastic. But this is one of my very favorite things that I pulled out of a Coinstar machine, because I've never seen Play Money that looked that real before. I mean, right down to they've got the date on it, 1990D. I mean, I just think that is great. I just think that is cool that I pulled that out of a Coinstar. So I found that again the other day, and it was sitting here on my desk. And then I got some other stuff. Periodically, I have to go through and pick up the stuff laying on my desk to see why it's there. This one is there because I'm studying that mint mark. At first, I thought it was an S, and then I thought it was a D, and so I'm not sure what that is. So I set that aside to try to figure out what is happening with this mint mark. See if I can get this bigger. I guess it's a D, but it still looks like a D over something else to me. And I don't know what it would be on a 77, but that's why it's still sitting on my desk, because I thought it looked odd. So I was going to look that one up. So maybe Mikey would like to comment on this one. You got any comments on the date or on the mint mark of, yeah, the mint mark looks messed up to me, and that's why I had set it aside. I don't know that it's anything, but I'm thinking it could be a D over D, maybe, because I've looked at a couple of pictures of D over Ds. So it's just, it does not look right. It doesn't look right to me. And so I put it aside, and it's been sitting on my desk for quite some time. I need to find a good picture of a 77 D over D or a D over S, because that's what I initially thought it looked like. Ooh, that was really blurry. That picture's not much help. But it just does not look right. But see, I'm not looking at the date. I'm just looking at this mint mark. In different light, it looks different too. That's the thing. I can't really make it. But I guess I need to take it and have somebody look at it who has a better scope, because there is such a thing as D over Ds and in 77, but I just don't know. It's an odd coin. So for that reason, I have had it sitting here. I guess I need to put it in something so I don't mix it up with things until I can figure out what that really is. So I think I bought some of these plastic boxes. Yeah, that's a good idea, Mikey. This might be one for the Q&A stream. If I can get some decent photos, that's a very good suggestion. For now, I bought these plastic boxes, and I think I'm going to start one for like things that need a second look or they need to go to the Q&A stream. That's a really good idea, Mikey. If I can get a different or a decent photo of that, that is a really sound idea. So anyway, I got this pile of coins over here. It's like 30, 35, 40 cents. Most of it's a quarter and a bunch of pennies that I need to get off my desk. I don't have room to have coins laying all over my desk. Yeah, I'm going to work with it. I want to get some better light on it. I have to bring a lamp or something in to get a little bit better light on it. And then I will take some pictures with the scope. I just want to get the lighting on it better so that when I send them the photos, they're not asking me to send them more photos. This is one nasty looking nickel here. 1958. No mint mark. Boy, that's a crud. That is a crud nickel there. I've got a little bin over there. I've put crummy coins in. This is 76. That's probably just out of my pocket change. Oh, but it is copper. Right, get out of there. You're copper. You're in the wrong box. I have a separate box for copper. Oh, that's not it. There it is. Put that in the copper side. This is a metal detected steel penny. I know what this one is. Yeah, I've been giving away all those nice uncirculated steels. But here's what happens when your steel penny is in the ground for a while. Yeah, this is a metal detected steel penny. Pretty weak. Compared to this is what it should look like. This one's in plastic, so that's why you're getting a little glare. But then this is what happens when I dig them up out of the ground. They look like that. But still, I don't want to get rid of that because that's a detected one. And I think it's pretty cool. Because you don't detect those every day. Put that in my treasure box. I'm trying to get this area cleared up because I can't have all this stuff laying around. There's just too much. Oh, there's a 69S lying here. I don't believe it has a home in my book, but I'm going to double check. And if I don't need it, I will put it in the giveaway box. Someone may well need that one for their collection. I do this about every couple of weeks where I start clearing my desk of loose coins. Things either get rolled up or they get taken or they get put away. Okay, 69S. Okay. That's the wrong book. Oh, where's my book? See, this is what happens. Things get out of control and I can't find my books and stuff. So, Lincoln Cent. But those are not my Lincoln Cent books. Those are gifted books. I want my original books that I started. There it is. Got it. All right. Let's see if I need this. No, I don't. Actually, this book is full. The other night, I have my book that I started back in the late 60s when I worked in the grocery store when I was in high school. And the other night I finally finished, because it was lost for decades, but I finally finished the 41 to 74 book the other night. And to me, that was a personal triumph because these 2 penny books are the only thing I have left of my collection. Everything else was stolen by a person who used it to buy drugs with. So that I finally finished that really makes me happy. Okay, I have another book of pennies that belonged to my friend Tommy. And his book does not have a 69S in it. So that was the other thing. I was trying to finish Tommy's books. So I just put that in there. 2708. The other day when I looked, it was 2734. So that's a little down, but not any significance. Silver's pretty much staying right around that $27 mark. Oh, I found this also when I was unpacking. This coin has absolutely no value as a coin anymore, but it is silver, so it has a silver value. It is a very, very trashed, I think, 1956 Canadian dime. This thing is toast, but it is silver. So that's another one I need to put in the little trash. Well, not trash, the little unusuals box that I don't really have a place for. Hi, Silver. How you doing? I'm just clearing my desk here, sticking some of these oddball coins under that. I'm sure was only because it was copper. But yeah, I coins end up on my desk. That's just copper. I love the tone of this one. This thing is like almost black. It's reddish black. And why I think it's so interesting is this is zinc. It shouldn't have this tone. This isn't the normal tone. Now you can sort of see there on the steps where it's breaking through, but I just like the tone of that coin. It doesn't look like other Zinkens. So that was why I kept that one. I may have dug that one up. I'm not sure. And then I got something else over here, 94. That can go back to the, roll that one up. Like I said, I just got coins laying around. They don't need to be just laying around on my desk. This one I think is headed for the nasty coin box. I'm pretty sure that's just gross. That's a Nebraska State coin. So I pretty much have picked up all the coins off my desk now, and that's a good thing. Oh, I found a couple little envelopes here. One says 1960s pennies. One says 1980 to 82 pennies. So I'm guessing those are just copper, being held for copper. 1994 has a DDR to look for. Maybe that's why it was on my desk. You might have told me that, and so I set it aside. Okay, let's go to the reverse. Get Mikey's eyeballs. I don't see anything doubled there. Not sure what I'm looking at there. I'm guessing that's just damage. But it's really weird. It looks like there's a duck. I know that this is crazy, but it looks like right there that there's a duck, like the duck head and the beak. It's just a flaw, but I'm not sure what this blob is right here. I don't know what that is. I don't know why I saw that little shape and I said, it looks like a duck. Okay, look at the E in cent, Mikey. You got your eyeballs on, Mikey? Look at the E and the bottom of the N and the bottom of the T. I think I got the light up as bright as it'll go. Hi, Cody. How you doing, sweetie? Doubling will be on the right of the inside of the building. Yeah, but look at that E. That looks weird to me. Look at the word cent. And then I'll go back up and look at the building. But I want to leave that there because the bottom of the E, the bottom of the N on the left side of the bottom of the N, and the bottom of the T all look a little like there's some extra lines there that shouldn't be. Here I am trying to move it with my mouse. Trying to get better light on it. Doubling be on the right of the inside of the building. Okay, right. You mean like on the column? Like over, I'm using my pen as a, look at the side of that, this column right here, the inside of it. Interesting. This is another one of those. I'm not sure what is going on with this coin. Like these odd shape here and there. I mean, those are supposed to be shadows from the columns, I understand, but this column where Mikey said that looks a little odd on the inside of that column. It looks like there's extra lines on that column. And then it looks like there's extra lines on the E, the bottom of the E, the bottom of the N, and the bottom of the T. So, don't know. That one's another one to put over there in the box for the Q&A boys. We'll study that. Put Tommy's book away. And I think that's everything that was just lying around on my desk. Oh, I got this one other box sitting up here with odds and ends in it. Let me see if it has coins in it that I need to look at. Like I said, about every other week I have to do this because otherwise my desk gets out of control. Okay, that is a park rat detecting bandana. Don't know why that is in here. A plastic bag. Oh, this is my stickers. I had to take down my sticker wall. Ooh, there's some I can give away. I had to take down my sticker wall when I moved, and I haven't figured out how I'm going to build a new sticker wall. There's my Penny Dog Brutus keychain. There's a happy birthday from Big Mill sticker. I got all kinds of crazy stuff. I've got Midwest Relic Recovery from Illinois. Zero Discrimination, that's Gypsy from Texas. Jeff Silversmith, one of my favorite channels. I understand he's going to be back soon. Couple different Ravenhawk coin stickers. An extra Jeff Silversmith. That could go in the giveaway. I have an Ida Herring sticker. A couple different park rat detectors. The coin hunting couple. One of the old Rob Finds Treasures stickers. Oh, I think that's an extra park rat pack. There's my Penny Dog Bella sticker. Do I smell skunk? I like that one. Another Jeff Silversmith one, but that one he autographed. Oh, one of my channel stickers. That's a rarity. I'm out of those. Another different Ravenhawk sticker. You can tell I've been on Ravenhawk for a while. JW's Coins and Hobbies. I want everybody to stop for a minute, say a prayer for JW. He is fighting COVID right now. So then I got 413 Mass Digger, metal detecting. I have We Dig, North Carolina, history unearthed. T Wolf Coin Hunter. Got me a Penny Dog Brutus sticker to go with my Bella sticker. Big flip. I got the big flip in here. I got a Shibby Rob. I might give that one away. Don't really care about a Shibby Rob sticker. Another Ravenhawk coins that's different. Detail. I've got like 5 or 6, 7, I think, different Ravenhawk stickers. Detector Warehouse. The Metal Detecting Smiths. I have 2 different ones from them. And another different coin hunting couple. And that's about it. And I'm not like a super duper sticker collector. Like, I like them, but most of these I got because I either contributed or won something on their channels. and the stickers were enclosed in giveaways. So, but I don't know what I'm going to do with them because I had them on a board when I was in Georgia. It was like a cork board, and the board kind of disintegrated in the move. So, not sure. And I don't really care about keeping that one. So, I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4 different channels, but 7 different stickers that I can give away. So, we'll park those up there for now. So, and I found one of my channel stickers, which I'm going to put up there because I don't know that I have any more. I really got to get more stickers, but I want a little bit bigger. I liked those because they fit into the little envelopes, but I think I want a bigger one. Alrighty, well, I got something accomplished and some coins identified and put away. So I think I'm going to log off and do some domestic goddess things like my dishes. And I did my laundry yesterday, so that got that out of the way. I don't have a whole lot of cold weather clothes anymore, so I have to do laundry pretty regular. And I'm about out of my little white gloves, which turned into little black gloves after I hunted a box of nickels. So I got to gather all this junk up, and I got to put all these coin books away. Oh, here's Roosevelt dime books over here. Here's my nickel books laying around. Yep. All right, guys. I think, ooh, 1847 large cent. I've never found a large cent. I've never found an 1840s anything. I will, though. You watch me. I will. I get all this new detector stuff. Thanks to Muscle Shell. And so this year, I'm going to probably do a lot more metal detecting. I'm in a cooler climate. Ooh, 7 over small 7. Oh, that's cool. 175 bucks. Hey, that's not a bad find. I could take that all day long. I could definitely be happy with that. Heck, I'm happy if I find a silver dime. I mean, I'm easily amused. I'm happy if I find Wheaties. Yeah. I was watching the Hoover Boys this morning, and I like the Hoover Boys. Oh, I got 2 thumbs down. Oh, thank you, haters. Yeah, scumbags. Anyway, I was watching the Hoover Boys this morning, and I like the Hoover Boys, but they bother me because they find things that are on people's bucket lists, and they have found so many things that these don't really mean anything to them anymore. And they're like, oh, I'm so disappointed. It's just a sterling silver thimble, or it's just a Washington button. And I'm like, dudes, there are the bulk of detectorists never find those things in their lifetime. They never find things in their lifetime that these guys treat as though they're nothing. And they do clean coins in a way that I don't care for. So, oh, here's these are detecting finds. I keep these actually in my tray with my, my rings that I find. Uh-oh, I can't get it under is my scope dead? Oh, there we go. So these are detecting finds here that I'm going to put up. This is actually the first. No, this is the second silver I found. The first one I found was a war nickel. Oh, poo-poo. This thing's not cooperating. I wish the stand for this scope was a little sturdier. It's a good scope. I like the scope. I just have issues sometimes with how the scope connects to the, yeah, I know you're getting all kinds of blur. There we go. All right, where am I? Come on, focus. It's giving me fits. It's giving me a fit. Okay. All right. There we go. Yeah, the scope came off of the stand. This is what happened. This I found in a schoolyard in Georgia. And my scope is a pluggable. And I like it very much. There are just two things that I would like to change on it. One is I wish the gooseneck was about an inch longer so that it would do a better job of showing the larger coins. The other thing is it has a suction cup that holds it to its gridded base, and sometimes it doesn't stick very well. Once you get it stuck on there, right, then it'll stay for a long time. But I accidentally just knocked it loose. Handy Andy bought this for me after watching me wear two pairs of glasses, one over top of each other on my live streams. And then I was trying to use my jeweler's loop, and he just got tired of watching me struggle reading coins like this one. So he went on Amazon and ordered this for me. So yeah, this was the first silver I found was a war nickel. Oh, this dime I found in Brooks County, Georgia, in a schoolyard, and it was about 11 inches down. And I fortunately I do have video of when I found this, because it wasn't what I thought I was digging up, and I was really happy that it was silver. And so I keep this in my little tray with my rings that I found. Some of the detecting stuff has just gotten mixed in with my other stuff, but first my first this or my first that I tried to keep separate. This was my first Wheatie, a 42. You can tell it was in the ground a little bit. It's got some stuff happening to it, but that was my first Wheatie. This one, it was my first American silver. Well, yeah, Michael Kittle's got money too, Mikey. I don't have money for these things. I have to make do with what I have. I can't go and invest $100 for a stand or $200 for this. I live on $800 a month. I want you to think about that. I have to pay rent, electric, internet, medical appointments, car maintenance, gas, car insurance, health insurance, a couple of outstanding credit card bills, food, vet bills for my cat and food for him, on $800 a month. It does not leave a lot of margin. When I bought my metal detector, I bought it on payments. I paid it off New Year's Day of this year, a year later. So I don't have money to buy all these extra things. That's why people say, oh, you ask for donations too much. Well, hey, I got to pay for all the stuff that I mail out, that I give away. Yeah, well, $22. You know what $22 is to me, Mikey? $22 is a tank of gas to get me to my doctor. I might go visit that, since I do have the money from Muscle Shell. But under normal circumstances, I can't do that. Okay, and then I dug this guy up, and it was so covered with red Georgia clay. The clay is like thick, and I mean, it's like paste. I have this on video too, where I said, I think it's a nickel. It's some kind of nickel, but I can't see what it is. I'll have to get it cleaned up when I get home. And under the clay, and I was so happy because the date was legible, was the 1937 Buffalo nickel. So these are, the Hoover boys, they get on there and go, oh, well, it's just a buffalo. And I'm like, holy crap, it's a buffalo. It's the different levels of detecting. I mean, they would think this was pure tea trash. This is a treasure to me, because I found this and I didn't even know what I had. So the other coins that I have found subsequent to that, some of them are in my coin books, and some of them got, the clad stuff got cashed in, but those were firsts, like the first Wheatie, the first Buffalo, the first American silver, the first foreign silver. So I put those in my tray with my rings. Now, I don't have a lot of precious metal rings, but I do have some. And some of you may not have seen this one before. So far, this has been my detecting prize of all prizes. Let's see if I can get the scope on it and get it to pick up. Get a little higher and see if I can get it to focus. This is a 14 karat gold crucifix ring that I found in the same schoolyard where I found that Canadian dime. This is probably my most coveted of detecting finds. I have found other gold rings, but this one is very special to me. I just think that's a beautiful, beautiful ring. Then here's my very first one. And this is very special to me because I had a racing newspaper, and the mascot of the paper's name was Otto. It was a little dog. And the very first gold I found was a ring with the name Otto on it. Let me see if I can get it under the scope. Come on, where are you? I can't find the scope. There. So my very first gold I found had the name Otto on it. And I just could not believe that I was finding a ring with that name on it. That is such an unusual name. So for me to find a ring with that name on it, and I found it when I went down for Tommy's memorial service. Now, this ring is so worn that you could not see any marking in it. as far as gold content, but it did test both by myself and a jeweler as 14K. Then Martin Luther King weekend last year, I found 2 gold rings on the same day. I got this one. I wish the stones were all intact. It is missing 2 stones. This obviously was a mother's ring. No, I guess it's missing 1 stone. It's a really cool ring. I found that under some grandstands. It's missing 1. Afternoon, majestic sound of coins. How are you? So I found that one, and maybe 20 minutes later, I found this one with it's a tiny, it's like a pinky ring or a child's ring with a script P on it. And it is also 10K. Found them both the same day, same place, but not like right by each other. And because they are 2 completely different sizes, they may or may not have belonged to the same person. But anyway, I got to put those away. I had them out the other night for the metal detecting show, and people were asking, and I wanted to show that crucifix ring. So I got to put all that away. But y'all help me make some decisions about some of these coins that were laying around. Mikey has the best eyes in the world. He's an awesome help to me. So now I'm going to go and clean my house. And what is this penny laying here? Left something laying out. It's a 64D. I don't know where that came from. It goes in the copper bin. Anyway, thank you guys for coming and just hanging out with me while I looked at all the coins that were laying around on my desk and stuff. Mikey gave me a real good idea with that one to take that to the Q&A stream. So I will have to do some photos of that later on. That's a plan right there. And I managed to, in this time that I was on, 21 people liked what I was doing. And 2 grumpy old farts hit the down. Oh, well, take their grumpy old butts on to wherever they're going. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm going to go do some general housekeeping now. And then I got to come back and roll some more of these nickels. My sister is going to take me tomorrow to the bank and then to pick up the battery for my car so I don't have to call her every time I need to go somewhere. I'm going to try to get a box of pennies. I got to call my lady at the bank, see if she can put me some pennies aside. They're finally letting me get coins. So I want to do some pennies. I did nickels last time. Filled in a lot of holes in my collection. So probably get some pennies if they have them. And if I do, we'll pop on. I'm waiting for the new coil for my metal detector. And as soon as it gets here, I'm going to go wander around outside. I don't care how cold it is. I got to try it out. So I'll see you guys later on. Thanks again for coming by to hang out with me. To my mods that showed up, you guys rock. I did not expect to even have any mods in this. So thank you very much. And if you do want to contribute to the channel, my post office box is P.O. Box 96, Galax, Virginia. And the email that you would use for PayPal is itsuzieq96@gmail.com. So anyway, I'm going to run now. Mikey will entertain you all later this evening by telling you what he's having for dinner. The kid makes me hungry. He comes on and puts all his food up there. All right, guys. Thanks. We'll be seeing you. Bye-bye.